What up? Welcome into another NBA edition with the OG crew. We got Wham Bam, we got Babano, and Dutch will jump in shortly. So we'll have the whole crew. We were away for a week. Now we get NBA back. Did you guys enjoy yourself on that week? Did you get involved with other sports? What about you, Babano?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was just a little more time to do NHL and college basketball. Spent most of the week doing that. I did not get involved in any of the All-Star game betting festivities. It was a true week off from the NBA for me, which was nice. Got a chance to more time to do other things, get some exercise in, and that's something that's been lacking for me the last little while. So that was nice. But it's good to have NBA back post All-Star break. Push for the playoffs is on. Excited to have it back.
Wham Bam, how's past week been for you?
Oh man, hanging in, bro. Can't complain. It's just beautiful to be back with the people. I've been missing basketball. I haven't really dived in too much. Tried to sprinkle in a little hockey here and there. Tried to sprinkle in a little bit of college. Not really, nothing really like too notable. Nothing really crazy. So I'm really haven't really been betting really. So I'm back in motion right now. Got a huge fucking card. I like a lot today. So can't wait to talk about it with you guys, though, for sure, because some of these bets I'm really sketchy on, and I'm not really jumping into the size and totals yet. So I'm going to talk to you guys about that. If I make anything official on size and total, it's going to be during the show. But I'm all locked in on props right now.
All right, let's get after it. We got 15 games, or I don't know how many games. I feel like it was 15 games. It feels like everybody plays. I didn't count them up, but hell of a lot of games. Let's get to it.
I think it's
501.
12. 12.
12.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It just maybe after not having games for a week and I see it feels like 15. 501, 502. Brooklyn and Toronto opened up Raptors -1.5. They're now a 1 point favorite. Total opened up 230.5. And it's up a point. As far as the injury report is concerned, don't see anybody on there for the Nets. And for the Raptors, they'll be without Noel. So I want to come to you here, Ian. Your boys up there in the north. A slight home favorite, but we know when those coaches get fired, the team tends to show up, and that's Brooklyn today. So how are you seeing this one?
Yeah, I mean, straightforward. You're right. New coach angle. Now, it didn't work with Milwaukee right away with Doc. We know that. But still, I think when you look at this situation here with Brooklyn, Jacques Vaughn fired, you can say what you want about whether it was deserving. He hasn't had the best situation. Sean Marks has a little culpability in this, the GM of the Brooklyn Nets. I think he's made some blunders along the way that's led to this. But yeah, I mean, I like Brooklyn here, +1, +1.5. Not to mention the Raptors were awful going into the break. Now, normally, sometimes with teams that were struggling going into the break, I try to back them, bet on them coming out of the break because they get to hit the reset button, refresh kind of deal. But Toronto's just not a really good team. They're looking toward the future with obviously the moves they've made. They've lost 3 in a row going into the break. The home court that in the past has been very good for them hasn't been so good this year. Now, Brooklyn, again, they're 1-5 going into the break, so we can't act like Brooklyn was playing well, but they played Boston twice, Cleveland, Dallas, Golden State. Look at the losses. They were all very good basketball teams for Brooklyn. So step down in class for Brooklyn off the coaching change. Yeah, wrong team favored to me. I like Brooklyn here, plus the 1.5.
I agree. Wham Bam. How you seeing this one?
Yeah, this game kind of reminds me of the Laker Golden State game, but just completely opposite. Teams been pretty shitty over the last 6 games, other than playing pretty well over the last 6 games. So I think this Brooklyn spot it favors Brooklyn, just like you're saying, just because they're getting a new coach. The last coach was talking kind of shit, man. You know what I mean? Kind of looking down on the players, saying they ain't really got no all-stars here. They ain't got no really players. Meanwhile, the front office is trying to build around Mikal Bridges. And it's kind of a shit show in this case, but I think that Brooklyn is got to be the play right here. I haven't played this because, like I said earlier, I haven't really thought about size, but I seen Skee show earlier, and I was thinking this was, kind of the way I was going to be leaning towards as well. So, yeah, I think Brooklyn is the play here. I don't think any other way I would be going against another team. Like, they're both struggling. Like I said, I'm not trying to, bet with the other team, so I'd rather go with the narrative.
All right, we all looking the same direction here. Let's move on over to the next game on the slate. We'll go 503, 504, Orlando and Cleveland. It opened 7.5 point favorites for the Cavs. It's up to 8.5, and the total is on the move right now. It opened 216. I'm looking at 218. As far as the injury report, I see Donovan Mitchell game time, Jerome and Thompson out, Bankero game time for the Magic, and Fultz out. Sorry, excuse me. So Wham Bam, we're coming to you on this one. Do you think you get Bankero in this game? Are you looking at his props or how are you approaching this one?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Ben Carroll. Ben Carroll is definitely the guy. Should be going crazy in this game. This is a game where I do have action in on. I do have action for sure. It's on the Cleveland side though. It's going to be Darius Garland assisting the ball, man. Even with Donovan Mitchell in the game, even if he is in the game, I think he's going to be primarily ball distributor here, and going to be trying to get everyone involved. This is a team that has to kind of figure it out. And I think they are going to figure out in the second half. I think the Cavs are going to be one of those bet on teams here. So I do think I want to trust them. I think I do want to trust them to come out here and dominate. They are favored for a reason, and I don't know about Donovan Mitchell being out or not. I'm not really banking in on that. That's the reason why I'm not really strong on the Cavs. But it's going to be Darius Garland over 6.5 points for me. Assists for me. I think he gets to the assist. He ended the game. Ended the first half pretty well on distributing the ball, averaging about 8 assists. So we just need about 7. So I think he has a good chance of doing that. We know he was a double-double machine back then. He may be able to get a double-double again today. I'm not really all the way that favorite on the assist, though, just because I think, we need is 7 here. So I'm going to go Darius Garland over 6.5 assists. That's the official play for me.
All right, good stuff. Babano, I would just ask you, Orlando is not a team that shoots the ball really well. So if they got to get their points in the paint, do you see them having success versus Jared Allen and Evan Mobley tonight?
That's going to be the big question, because if you look at Cleveland now, you're talking about Mobley and Allen haven't always been healthy and on the court together in parts of the season. They are now, and that is obviously significant. And now they've got that starting backcourt intact with Mitchell and Garland healthy again, playing well. So now you got this well-oiled machine with Cleveland. But I like Orlando too much to not lay the points with Cleveland. I don't know if I'll be on Orlando either. I actually did bet a small over in this game, actually, believe it or not, because if you look at Orlando before the break, they went over in 5 straight games. They have been scoring a bit more lately. Their totals have dropped so low that there's been some value over the number. I mean, their totals have fallen to 210, 214, 218, and their games have been kind of going over these numbers lately. So, and then you look at Cleveland. Yes, they are very capable defensively, and they can absolutely protect the rim with a healthy Mobley and Allen. But this backcourt can light you up as well. And they've got some big-time firepower now that Mitchell and Garland are together in that starting backcourt. So I think this is a sneaky over here. And the betting market agrees. This has gone up from 216 to 217 and a half, 218. And I agree. A little bit on the over for me.
Babano in agreement with the market here. And I'm not going to talk you off of that one. I'll move right on over to 505, 506. Pistons, Pacers. Opened up Pacers minus 11.5. Still sitting there. Total open 247.5 and came down to 246. For the injury report, Jalen Smith, game time, Neesmith out. Cade is probable. Quentin Grimes is questionable. Or wait, I'm sorry. Grimes is doubtful. Cunningham is probable. So I want to slide it back to you, Babano. I'm thinking about, I like the Pistons here. They were playing good basketball going into the break, and I keep saying it, but the Pacers are not a team that you can lay this kind of a number with. They don't get stops. They're not a good defensive team. So if you can't do that, I don't know how you expect to win by, 12 plus. So Pistons is the way to go for me. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think the Pistons are worth a look. Small bet for me. I don't know if I'm as bullish on Detroit as you, but I think they are worth a look here coming out of the break. You're right. Pistons, or Pacers rather, as double-digit favorites have not been great lately. That goes without saying. But even more than that, I like this total up and over here, Skee. We've talked about this. No Tyrese Halliburton unders come through for Indiana. Tyrese Halliburton overs are the go, and if the way to go. And if you look at Indiana, Detroit this season, 2 previous meetings, we saw 249 in the one game, 254 in the other game. Both of them over the total. Both of them good enough to clear this total. that we see here tonight. So, yeah, Pistons, and I like the over here even more. And as far as props go, I like Jaden Ivey over 17.5 points for the Pistons. He's gotten 18 or more in the 2 games against Indiana. It's a pretty good matchup. They do struggle as far as containing good guards, and I could see Jaden Ivey having a big game going over 17.5 points. Cunningham is going to play, but he is, with that left knee. I think Ivey's going to make an impact here, so I do like that prop as well. Jaden Ivey over 17.5 points.
Can't talk you off. I feel like Wham Bam is coming with a prop as well. Could be Hallie, could be somebody else. Which way you looking here, Wham Bam?
Yeah, it's gonna be Hallie, bro. I'm trying to find the best available here for y'all for the assists. I'm only seeing minus 150 for the damn Hallie assists. I got that shit at minus 125. I even seen minus 129. I think minus 129 maybe the best you could get right now, but I'm only gonna go over 11.5 assists with Hallie. I think the pace will be there. And I agree that this is a favorable spot for one of those dirty dogs that we like to say, man, for the Pistons. And Cade has been a lot of the reason. And I think the matchup with him and Hallie is really good to see and good to watch. I'm going to be paying attention to see what type of intensity he brings in this game. I think he should be trying to match stats for stats. You know what I'm saying? So I expect him to play pretty well. And the way they've been able to cover is by getting up points. So I can only go with this over. So I'm in full agreement with you guys there. But officially, it's going to be a Halliburton to have 12 assists. I got it at minus 125, but I think minus 129 is the best available you get right now.
All right. Good stuff there. We'll move right along. We got New York and Philadelphia here. Sixers minus 1. Total is currently at 228.5. It's moved up 2 points from the opener. And the injury report, you have no Embiid, no Melton, no Covington, Batum game time. For the Knicks, they continue to be without OG, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. Looks like Hardenstein, Bogdanovich, and Washington are all probable to go tonight. Get a nice boost of points with Bogdanovich there. The defense, not as crisp without OG. Philly team, I mean, it's just how I view them with Tyrese Maxey and Buddy Hield. Up-tempo, lots of threes. I'll come back to you here, Wham Bam. I know I have a feeling Babano's going to agree with me. I want to try to get you in on this over. What do you think about the over in this game?
Yeah, we talked about it, I think, last time. Without, with OG being added in the lineup, we initially was thinking towards the over, but now it's starting to changing that direction. And I agree that there should be enough offense for this. But since Buddy Hield's been added to this Sixers team, there should be enough offense, bro. Not to say that it's going to be leveled out without Embiid, but you know what I mean? It's going to be enough for these guys to, compete enough. And I think they are kind of live, though. I think that they are kind of live as far as the Sixers. They're favored for a reason. They're at the house. I'm not betting against them at the house. You know what I mean? It just don't seem right. But the over, bro. Yeah, I kind of. This is the reason why I came to the show without any opinion originally on these over unders or any sides, because I want you guys to be able to talk me into something like this. And this is one of those games that I remember us talking about that I would be cool with going in. But where's the starting of this total at? It's at 228 right now,
Yeah, it was in 226.5.
226.5. So I don't have no problem hitting on that just because I ain't missed too much out of that bone. You know what I'm saying? I ain't missed too much meat on the bone on this. But I do want to hear what Babano has to say here, because you said Babano is going to be leaning in that direction as well. So what do you think about this total of Babano over 228.5 right now?
No Embiid, no rim protection, quicker pace, worse defense. And I think I said this a few times before the All-Star break when we talked about this Sixers team without Embiid. The defense just not as good. I agree with the move up here. I like this over. I actually lean Knicks. I'm not looking to lay a point with Philly right now. That being said, Philly got absolutely stomped by the Knicks last month, 128-92 in Philadelphia. That's a 36-point loss. Now, I get it. No Embiid's a problem, but the rest of that team is going to want to play, have some level of redemption for a game like that. So that might be enough to keep me off the Knicks, even though I still lean that way. Plus, to keep in mind, too, just a lineup that's changed a little bit. They do have injuries, especially in the front court. Randall out, Mitchell Robinson's still out. OG Anunoby still out. Isaiah Hartenstein. It looks like he's been upgraded. It looks like he's going to be good to go. But that's another reason why I think this is an over too. This is depleted front court right now for the Knicks as well. So smaller lineups, both sides. I could see it here in this game, quicken the pace a little bit. And plus the Knicks too. Anunoby, one of their better defenders, not in the lineup, makes them a little worse on the defensive end of the basketball court. So I lean Knicks, but I'm with Skee here. What I really like is that over 228.5.
Boom. There it is.
There it is.
That's old school there. Whoop. There it is. Tag team.
Leave it to Urbano. He gonna have it a tune for you. All right, let's keep going down the list. We got 509, 510. Phoenix, Dallas opened up Mavs -2, down to 1.5. Total opened up 243.5, and it looks like 245. Injury report. Bills game time decision for the Suns. Damian Lee out. You have Luka and Maxey and Lively all probable. Exum is out. So Urbano, I mean, I'll ask you to Razor way because Razor came in and asked this on my show earlier on the earlier show. He said Mavs have won 6 in a row. They're playing such good basketball. Only -1.5. He's like, pretty much, you know how Razor is. It looks too easy, man. He likes the Suns in this one. Do you agree that the Suns are the right side?
If I were to bet it, I would agree. Suns are nothing, but there's something about Luka at home in a pick'em price range when it's a spotlight matchup. This is facing, one of the Western powers, the Phoenix Suns, that you're going to get his absolute best. And his absolute best sometimes is good enough to lead the charge here for the Dallas Mavericks. Keep in mind, we got Bradley Beal questionable. Remember, he missed the last game before the break against Detroit. Hamstring/nose, had an injury in both different spots. The hamstring's the bigger concern. It caused him to miss that last game. He underwent a surgical procedure to address the broken nose that he had before. It looks like he might be wearing a face mask tonight. We'll see. But the hamstring is the bigger concern. So we'll see if he plays through that tonight. I don't love a side. I like there's another, I hate to be repetitive here, but I think you're going to probably see points here as well. I mean, I like this game up and over the total, and I like Luka over points. Luka shows up in these spots, man. How many times do we see it? Spotlight game, big time opponent. Luka pulls his game up to another level. I think that's a clear choice for me. Looking at Luka the Don tonight, over 31.5 points. He has been magic against Phoenix, by the way. He has, I think, gone over this point prop almost every game recently when he's played the Phoenix Suns. So I'm going to stick right with that again. Luka over 31.5.
Talk to us, man. How you feel about it?
Ooh, I like that Razor came in here with that type of shit, man, because that just gives me like real confidence here. I had a possible on this play, and it was Bradley Beal to get 20 plus points. We talked about it before that's going to correlate with their success, in my opinion, with the Suns. And when they do score and kind of win in these type of games, it's typically because he's that type of dominant on the ball on the offensive end. Last 5 games against this Dallas team, he's averaged 25.2 points, and he's averaged 20 points in his career against Dallas Mavericks. It's got to be the plus 20 for this Bradley Beal at plus 120. It's screaming at me here. I like this. And shout out to Marquell for coming here with this false narrative here. PS5 over Xbox. I heard PS5 is actually starting to hold that, and they say they on the downhill sale. So let's hold that thought, my brother. Hold that thought. But Bradley Beal, man, over 20 plus points. That's gonna make my card, bro. That's something I think Babano kind of talked me into right now. I think that is that's gonna make my card right now. I'm about to plug that in right now. Plus 120. Bradley Beal to get 20 plus points. Again, he's averaged 25.2 points in his last 5 games against this Mavericks team. I think that he's going to get revved up in the second half. So give me Bradley Beal over 20 points at plus 120.
Very good stuff from Wham Bam, man. I feel you, Markel, man. Whenever I see them Xbox players, it'd be an easy game for us on this side. Last but not least, we got a guy in the building, and right on time for Luka the motherfucking Don. Is this how you feel today?
There he is. There he is.
Like, The NBA is a hell of a drug. And you're looking at the plugs. Yeah, man. Hey, you know I couldn't miss Thursday back with the fellas, the OGs, the association. Come on now. My fault. A little late. Got some shit to do though, but you know, we come through. Didn't even switch up the motherfucking outfit. Just went straight to live just for y'all motherfuckers, god damn it. But it's good to see you, Wham Bam, Skee, motherfucking Prophet. Boop, 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 Bono. Good to see you, my guy. Hopefully everyone enjoyed that
swag
All-Star
going
break.
Dutch.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know what I've been doing? It's that college swag right here. You know, I know we're talking NBA, but hey, don't get me started on that college basketball, god damn it. Nah, hey, it's good to see y'all. Good to be back with y'all. Salute to the chat, man. But yeah, Luka the motherfucking Don. Huh? That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about the Suns. Are they still in all-star mode? Are they in chill mode? Because what I had said last night on All About the Hoops was it's going to be kind of difficult to trust these teams that are heavy all-star loaded. And obviously, Bradley Beal wasn't an all-star, but you got two guys playing huge minutes, doing an awful lot, and KD and Devin Booker running the show here. You know, it's going to be hard, man. We got to tread lightly today. I really believe so. What one of these motherfuckers who took 2 days off before the All-Star break ending and got back in mode? Are they ready? Are they back in mode right now? Like, so is it going to take them 2-3 days to get ready again? Or did they get back from the bullshit 2 days ago and are they ready to rock and roll? That's what we got to figure out here. And believe me, it's going to be tough. So I'm going to tread lightly with the heavy All-Star loads and obviously with Devin Booker and KD. But we could say the same thing about Luka. We seen him playing around, having a good old time with Joker, right? All damn All-Star break. So to me, this game comes down to I really think you can look Dallas first half, Phoenix full game here. That's kind of my vibe here. I think Dallas comes out ready to rock and roll a little bit here. But somehow Phoenix, after being up by 20 points in Dallas, Phoenix came back and smacked them. I mean, smacked them that whole second half. And it really looked like, to be quite honest with you, Dallas has absolutely nothing defensively for Phoenix when Devin Booker and KD are really going. Obviously, you add Bradley Beal to the mix. So I believe if you take Dallas here, you really are going to be late. You're literally going to be holding your breath late, hoping that you can get a fucking stop. So I like Luka to do his thing. I would look early. I'm going to stay off this game because I think you can make a case for both sides. But I definitely think Dallas comes out early, and I think Phoenix is the better team at this point. I really do. I kind of gave the edge to Dallas. But something about this team, they cannot stop Phoenix. So I give the edge to Phoenix overall full game here, but a stay away game for me. Probably a lot of points being scored here, so you can probably load up on the props. I believe I heard Wham Bam talking Bradley. You know anything with Luka the Don on it, I'll co-sign. I don't give a fuck how many days off, how many games you played in a row. Anything with Luka is good money.
Good stuff from Dutchy. And they said Dia in the chat says, let me pull it back up here. Dutch looking like he just dropped off payments to Tony Soprano.
Tony. Hey, man, it's a wise guy's thing. Believe that. It is a wise guy's thing. That's a good one, though. Shout out to Dia. But real quick, Skee, on all the games y'all talked about, I don't really think I had anything really. I had Cleveland first half. It's 4.5 now. I think a lot of people like Orlando. Cleveland, first half to me is just good money, especially at the house. I'm not as high on Orlando as everyone else. 4.5, maybe getting a little bit up there now. But I definitely like. I have one bet placed so far earlier today, and it was Cleveland first half. So I do like Cavaliers to get right. But as I said, this All-Star break, going into the All-Star break and coming back from the All-Star break, tread lightly.
I know I've heard this motto from Teddy Covers over the years. Someone obviously, Skee and I especially know quite well, is that these teams that maybe overachieved a little bit in the first half of the season, the All-Star break hits, and sometimes it goes the other way, and they start to fall apart and plunder a bit. I'm not saying for Orlando that is going to happen, but they feel like a team that maybe maxed out a little bit in the first half of the season. Can they sustain it, and can they keep it up? So I'm not saying you just bet against Orlando like crazy right away, but there are concerns I have that could happen.
Yeah, I think Banchero was questionable today too. I seen that late. Like, that's why the number moved.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff on all that. I will move over to the next game. Like, damn, it's crazy. We still got like 7 more games left. So
I know. I was like, yeah, okay. I can still come on and talk some shit.
Yeah, it's still time. Rockets and Pelicans, and they want to hear you talk about the Pelicans anyway. It opened up Pelicans -7, hasn't really moved, 7.5. Total open 226, it's up to 228. the injury report, I think Ingram was game time decision and Zeller game time decision for the Rockets. Bullock is out. Bullock is game time decision and Eason is out. So I feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Only if you like the Pelicans, you get in and get out. Is that how you would feel about it, Dutchy?
Absolutely, man. The Pelicanos first half, it's good money, man. It's good money. I think the numbers per anything under 5, I think is pretty solid here. We know what you're gonna get out of the Pelicanos, man. They're gonna be so goddamn good for about 3/4 of the game, and then you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen in that fourth quarter. So would I lean Pelicanos full game? Yeah, but I wouldn't fuck with it. I mean, I expect Pelicanos come out ready to rock and roll. Not too many all-stars over there to worry about. We really got to worry about Zion's ass, though. You always got to worry about that motherfucker if he's ready to rock and roll. I hate to think of his ass off for a whole week. How many motherfucking calories that guy intake? But you know what? I don't really give a fuck about Zion out there or not. Give me Trey Murphy. Give me a little bit more Herbert Jones. This bench is getting healthier. This Pelicanos team is getting healthier. So they have a very nice bench. They have a full a very nice starting squad as well. So I think we can kind of get back to what I was thinking Pelicanos towards the start of the year as a really bet-on team here. And obviously, we're going to take advantage of a Houston Rocket team that's completely ass on the road. I mean, Pelicanos handle business at the crib, especially first half. And you got a Houston Rocket team that is complete fucking ass on the road. I believe from head to toe, the New Orleans Pelicanos are a better basketball team. Let's not overthink this here. I think they should be up by double digits by the at halftime. But -4.5, 4, whatever you guys can get, it's good money. And BI will play. BI will play. He ain't playing no LBJ type of shit.
I like what Dutch is saying there, Babano. The only way I can look is those Pelicans first half. Rockets really poor on the road. Can you look that way?
Yeah, I split it up first half and full game with New Orleans here in this game, just because, I do worry coming out of the break. There's that element of each of these games where maybe the superior team does start slow and then they pick it up. So I wouldn't want to be on just the first half. What if they start slow, they pick it up, they roll it in the second half, and they cover the initial full game numbers? So that's why I'm going to split it 50-50 here, first half and full game. But you're right, Houston hasn't been great on the road. They definitely didn't play great going into the break. They had a great start to the year, but kind of over their heads. Udoka's actually coached pretty well, considering, they're still trying to rebuild that team. Whereas you look at New Orleans, they started to put it together. They've got themselves up to that mid-tier in the Western Conference right now, that 4, 5, 6 spot. They're still trying to push for home court in the first round of the playoffs. So these are big games for them. And I think they're capable of being a good ATS team coming out of the break. One of those teams that's a little under the radar. They're not Phoenix. They're not Denver. They're not the Clippers. They're not one of the bigger teams in the West. This is a team I think you might be able to make some good money with, and we're going to try starting tonight.
I like it. Wham Bam. You jumping on with us.
Yeah, you know what? I might have to sit this one out, my brothers. I might have to sit this one out. I just don't think that the Houston Rockets is just somebody just want to roll over on. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think they're just a rollover type team. So maybe I have a little bit of hope for them in the second half. They can be one of those teams that Babano was talking about, that Teddy mentioned, that could be on that way of just tanking, though. You know what I mean? Like, even worse than what they were. So that is definitely true. And we've seen it happen for them before, actually countless of years since James Harden has been gone. So I can see that being here as well. So I'm not going to say anything against you guys. I'm just going to stay out the way and call this a backwood for me. I'm just stay out the way and wash my hands on this one.
All right, we'll keep moving down the list. Next one up, we got Celtics and Bulls. Opened up Celtics -7 all the way up to 8.5. And total open 226 down to 223.5. Nobody on the injury report for the Celtics. Torrey Craig out, Patrick Williams out for the Bulls. This is a backwood for me. I'm gonna go ahead and just save up some time now. So with that said, pass it over to you, Babano. How do you feel about Bulls and Celtics?
Yeah, this one's a tricky one. Boston coming out of the break, how focused are they? They're laying a sizable number on the road. And, for the most part, before the break, Boston was struggling to cover numbers on the road, but then they walloped Brooklyn. That was at home, though. On the road, they didn't cover against Brooklyn if you got the closing number, and they had not covered at Miami. So that's a lot of points here. But do I trust Chicago? Look at the two meetings this year, or the last two meetings. I mean, Boston's destroyed them. for the most part. Although I will say in Chicago, the Bulls have won the last two. I just don't trust them enough. So I would probably pass on this game as well. Lean Bulls, but I don't like it enough to bet it.
Shout out to Justin. He says, Skee, you got to mention the numbers your Discord is doing. Y'all, the Discord is a bag on God. We did have a lot of success over the All-Star break. It was no shortness of money being made in there. And shout out to Justin. He did share a couple of his big bets. Both of them hit. So nice work there from Justin. I'll slide on over to you, Wham Bam. How you feeling about Celtics and Bulls?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Babano. Kind of lean Bulls here. Obviously, it's just there's levels to this shit type of thing. Most likely what my guy Dutch is gonna say. But I think that the Bulls, they've shown that they can cover against this team. They covered 8 out of the last 10 meetings, so they can cover against these boys. And then I kind of think that the NBA kind of showed these boys a little bit mercy. The way they just been biting the injury bug with with Alonzo, and with this new shit with Levine, him being out for the rest of the season. They kind of be some sort of competitive, you know what I'm saying? They not just going to be rolled over as well, but something has to give with this Boston team. The boy going on interviews saying that he the best in the league. Your point total at 26.5, bitch. You better go over that total. That's all I'm saying. If you're the best in the league, you better go over 26.5 points. I'm going to throw your ass on a parlay or something. I'm going to see what it do with this motherfucker, but I ain't putting the official bet. But Jason Tatum, you better go over that 26.5 points. You the best in the league against the Bulls, bitch.
God damn.
How you feel about what he's talking about there, Dutch?
Yeah, we got some hostility toward JT, huh?
That's a challenge right there.
Yeah, I thought JB would be the one getting a little bit of the shit talking today after that performance over jumping over the 5 foot fucking Muggsy Bogues and shit. Come on, man. Sitting down type shit. So, hey, when it comes to the Leprechauns, man, let's just keep it real. I mean, there are levels to this shit. And, I mean, if you're fading Leprechauns, you're not really doing too well. I mean, it's hard to bet against Boston. I ain't gonna lie. I might be on my. It seems like a bullshit type of day. It seems like I'm on my bullshit type of day. Because when I was looking at this card, this shit stood out to me. I'm like, is Boston really gonna be ready to rock and roll? I mean, JT doing interviews talking about he the best in the league. JB run through this. Man, we really even got to say that was slam dunk competition. Whatever the fuck that was going on over the weekend in Indianapolis, Boston was a big part of it. All right. And I just don't think they're going to be ready to rock and roll. I really don't. I think Chicago, our boy Bobano said it. They beat them last two times at the crib. They did get smacked by 27 last time they seen these boys. So if Chicago has any bit of, they should show up just a little bit. I mean, it's the Beantown. Not to mention, Boston does have New York on deck on Saturday. So to me, this is a clear Chicago Bulls spot. But do we want to start off the second half of the NBA fading the Boston Celtics with the Chicago motherfucking Bulls? Not me. But we're here to talk about it. So if you do want to bet this game, I do believe there's extreme value on the Chicago Bulls tonight.
I agree.
All right, good stuff. Shout out to Razor in the chat sharing his big gambler's first glance. He likes the Suns plus 1.5.
Nah,
I
don't
did give you a shout out earlier.
I don't shout out Razor.
Chill Will asking where the Discord is at. It's for the level 2 members. And there was one more comment here.
There's levels to this shit too with the Discord, huh? Okay.
We've been doing some work over there. We've been doing some work.
They
said, tell us how you really feel about Tatum.
Yeah, I know, right? He went in on Tatum. Like, what the fuck he do to you, bro? All right, but Skee.
You're the best in the league, bro. Come on, man. 26.5, bitch. You got to get 30. Give me 30.
I'm happy he said that because what else is he supposed to say?
He said
it so nicely, too.
He might not score more than Bradley Beal today, bro. I for sure. Like, he better get 27, bro, for sure.
Skee, this ugly little beast, he don't attract you?
No, I lean towards the Bulls. I did lean towards the Bulls. Not enough to take them, but if I had to pick, that was the side.
Okay.
All right, next game we have Clippers and Thunder. And this one opened up Thunder minus 2.5. They're 1 point favorite. Total has dropped from 239.5 to 235.5. And we don't see anybody on the injury report for this game. And like I said earlier, it's for a reason. It's a really important game. I mean, the second and third seed are separated by half of a game over there in the West. So whoever wins this game has it. and measuring stick game. So I think it'll be a playoff type environment. If I talk like that, I think we'll see more defense than offense, or I think we'll see a lot of defense with them coming off of a break. Even if they're rusty, that's going to affect the offense. And I still see them having energy to play defense here, seeing how important the game is for both sides. So I like this game under. I know the two bottom guys don't look at totals too much. So I want to go to you here, Babano. Do you agree? Is this an under game?
Feels like an under spot. I'll say that because we know with the Thunder, this great season they've had that they've gone back and forth with overs and unders, and going into the break, they were an over machine, this Oklahoma City team. Well, 6 straight overs going into the break where they were scoring a bunch, but they were giving up probably a little bit more than they had. But they were playing pretty well. They had 2 nice wins going into the break. I mean, it's a phenomenal game. Oklahoma City at the house, though. I mean, you've seen 2 meetings. The home team has won each game, and both games have gone over, believe it or not, 249 and 245. So both of the previous meetings have had very high scoring affairs. I lean to my Thunder. I'm calling them that now, my Thunder, because I like them so much. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I like his props tonight. He'll have a big game. He shows up against the good teams in the big games. But there is that small element for me, as much as I love what the Thunder have done, that have they overachieved a little bit? Have they, is there anywhere to go but down for the Thunder? Not that they will, but, they had such a great first half. This is still way above and beyond what people expected from the Thunder. Whereas when you look at the Clippers, that's a roster that when their minds are right, their bodies are right, they're not injured, Harden, PG, and Kawhi, that's a team that's got a championship possibility there. The Thunder, they're trying to show that still. So it's a big type of game for them. They're capable of it. And the fact they get this game at home helps them. So I'll have a small OKC bet in this game. But what I really like is SGA over points. He will have a good game. He shows up in these big spots.
Ian going with the Hamilton kid to do it once again.
A hammer strikes again.
Shout out to Chill Will for becoming a member. I will have something up there for my members later. And I'm going to pass it over to Dutch, but we throw a little jab before, I hope you're going to do the right thing in this game because, I don't know what's going to happen in this one for you, Dutchy.
I know. I see Big J coming through with some news, and I'm about to be like, God damn, well, hopefully you win your NBA bets, motherfucker. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. Hopefully you hit your NBA bets, because you for sure got one L when it comes to college basketball. Hey, God damn it. Go Gophers, go. Go Gophers, go. God damn it. Ohio State. What the fuck you thinking, man? They fat and happy. They in your mode, party guy mode, bro. They still party. God damn it, after that win against the Boilermakers. Stop it. Hey, let's talk a little bit about probably one of the more intriguing games on the card, right? This one's going to be definitely one that we all we'll watch some. If you're a basketball fan, you should be watching this game at some point in the night, some point in the game, first quarter, fourth quarter, whatever it is, catch this game. A lot of talent going to be on the court. I love what I hear out of Shai coming back. He's one guy I think will be ready to rock and roll. You don't have to worry about taking still in chill mode. I can't say the same thing though about the Clippers. I mean, I don't know if I really agree with I definitely don't agree with Ohio State, and I don't know if I really agree with Skee on the fact that this is an important ass game. I mean, there's still like fucking 40-something games left in this season. I mean, right? So I don't really see them being up for this. I don't see the Clippers really being even – I don't want to guess on here, but it's hard for me. If I could think of one team that really is kind of like in chill mode still, it would be the LA Clippers. I mean, look what they did in that first half. I mean, they really did their thing. They shut everyone up. James Harden, badass trade, fuck James. No, we don't fear the beard. And then this motherfucker, they the best thing going for 2 months straight. No one's saying anything about the Clippers. So they went into the All-Star break fat and happy. I mean, obviously Kawhi was a little banged up towards the end, but all the fucking games that Kawhi played in that first half, I mean, they absolutely won the first half of the NBA season. So I feel like if anybody was drinking champagne and ordering a little extra, it was James Harden and the motherfucking LA Clippers. So I like the Thunder here, kind of, man. The one thing is they did beat them by 19 last time the Clippers came into town. That was back in October, so it wasn't really the same team. But obviously Kawhi and PG were there. So you go into OKC and lose by 19, you might have a little bit of remembrance of that. but maybe they don't remember shit after fucking being off in vacay mode for a week. So I lead home team here. I lead the younger, hungrier team. I think the Clippers are probably a little bit fat and happy in chill mode right now. I know the Clippers are going to be fine. They're going to be bet on. Don't get me wrong. This is a great team. They got a great bench, and we know what Ty Lue's capable of. But for this game, I think it's OKC spot.
Interesting. Very, very interesting there. Before I pass to Wham Bam, shout out to Razor. He says, many only -3 when they're like 1 million and against the spread. Team is fishy.
Oh, shut the fuck, man. Here we go. Bring this bullshit. This bull ass shit. All right? That's all I want to see, man. This is a spot play. Simple.
Stirring that pot, razor sharp. Yeah.
Whatever it is. Yeah, he's stirring that shit.
Yeah, man.
Ohio State just had one of their bigger wins, bro. I mean, they're 8.5.
Tearing it up, Bob Marley styles, which I want to see that movie, by the way, Bob Marley.
Hey, it was cool.
Marley OG right now. Shout out to Bob Marley OG. I'm smoking.
I guess they negative about Bob Marley, but hopefully just stream it. Don't go out and take a lady to go see it. It's not, save the money.
Wham Bam, talk to us.
Yeah, both teams has been playing a little bit more pace on the situation here at home. 123 points for OKC, 119 points in that first half on the road for the Clippers. I like this over here, man. I think that this total is going to go up, and I do agree. I think Shea is the way for sure. And it's a lot to do with him going up against his old team, man. He just have something to out for these boys, man, especially when it's at the house. I like that Shea Gilgeous-Alexander prop the most here. So we're just going to stick it to Shea for sure, but I like the over as well.
All right, we'll move over to 517, 518.
Read that stat, Mark. Read that stat. Well, you want to read all this shit in the chat? You don't want to read that one, huh? From Marquell? I think that's an Ohio boy, too. Come on now.
I don't even see it. I don't even see it in there.
Yeah, I bet you don't.
Open. It's Utah -9.5. Total open 231.5 and it's down to 229. Injury report. I don't really see. I mean, just Otto Porter for the Jazz. The usual suspects for the Hornets. LaMelo Ball out. Mark Williams out. Wham Bam. This is one of them dirty dogs where we got to roll with the Hornets, man. I feel like we got to roll with the Hornets. They're playing really good going into the break. They're playing what is it? The Grant Williams experience, era, whatever you want to call it. Since he's been over there, they've been playing good.
Yeah, that should work.
Utah, for as good as they've been at home, you just can't trust them to win by double digits when they're not playing defense. So Hornets +9.5 in my pocket. Can you get there, Wham Bam?
Man, I remember when Grant Williams was like a dude back on Tennessee. He wasn't this goofy and shit. So I made sure I wanted to make my screen presence felt. When I did say he was goofy as hell on the last stream with my boy Skee, it made a transformation. I think it's something to do with them damn Boston Celtics. I don't know. They
softened him up, huh?
I don't know, bro. I don't know, because you would think it's the other way around with Udoka, but neither here nor there. But his presence has brought some sort of professionalism to this Hornets team, man, I would say. So I agree. I think it is something to add into this dirty dog. I don't think it's the dirty dog of the day because I'm on the other one. You feel me? I'm on the other one for sure. But this one, dirty dog, this one I was thinking you may have to talk me into because I think that the Charlotte Hornets, even though they have the Grant's experience, they still it's kind of what my boy does for sure mean like. It kind of is a little bit levels to this shit with this team too, because I mean the Jazz been playing pretty solid, and they've been able to score. And this team is like not good at all on defense, but they have been playing pretty good defense here. So I don't know. It's a tricky spot, but I have no props here, so I have no props here at all. But I guess I would lean towards the Charlotte Hornets just because I think it's the Grant Williams and they're getting a lot of points. But man, would I bet them right now with my money? No, sirree. I'm staying away, bro.
Babano, I have a feeling you might get there with the Hornets. Muted.
Not me.
You're muted, Babano.
Again, Babano.
All right. I wonder if he can hear us.
Do you hear us, bro?
Damn, we're back there. You know what? The screen froze for fuck's sakes. That's what happened. I'm clicking it and nothing's happening. There we go.
All right, cool.
Oh, he's out of there, just like
Oh,
that.
did he push? What happened?
I don't know. But Dutchy, talk to us, man. How you feeling about these Hornets versus Jazz?
Bro, I don't know what the fuck you thinking about with these Hornets, bro. Like, how you what the hell you been doing this All-Star break, bro? You know what I mean? That's fucking you. You want to bet Ohio State, and now you want to come at me with these bummy ass fucking Hornets? Oh man,
I actually understand it though. Because it's a double-digit spread. But I mean, golly, bro, they just you gotta trust them to play defense. That's the only thing for me.
I mean, Utah, man, they play these boys. The last 3 meetings, 3-0 against the spread, average margin of win in these games, 13 points. So I'm just.
But did they have Grant Williams?
And you want to start off the breakdown with Grant Williams. So I'm automatically like, this motherfucker is smoking. Pass me that shit. Never got you talking about Grant Williams and all this. I need to be on that level because, I mean, this first class funk is good, but it don't do that to me. It don't do that to me.
Hell no.
God damn. But yeah, when it comes to this game, it's Utah at the crib or nothing. It's team total over or nothing. I mean, don't not fade Utah at the crib. That's not something I like to do. Any really time being a basketball fan from way back when it was motherfucking Stockton and Malone days. But this year, it's goddamn near the best thing going at the crib. ATS, you don't fade Utah. So 9.5. Yeah, not really Jazz type of game, right? But I mean, I think it's Charlotte Hornets, man. And yeah, I can see him covering, but there ain't no way I'm going against the Jazz at the house. So to me, no action here, but it'd probably be Jazz like early or something, or team total over for Utah. Probably 228. Probably is. I don't do totals, but that seems kind of low. I mean, is the Hornets that ass or what? Because we know the Jazz will score, and the knock on the Jazz is they don't really stop nobody. So. We'll see, but good luck to you, my friend. Good luck to you.
Yeah, this game is reminding me of a game I bet yesterday in college, and it was that New Mexico and Colorado State game. Yeah, these home favorites win. These unranked home favorites win versus the ranked team, but do they win by 7.5, 8.5 points? I don't think so. I think it's a little bit too much here for the Jazz. But Bano, how you think?
Yeah, I'm on Charlotte a little bit here. It's not a best bet or anything, but they were playing well. They were covering numbers, and they were without LaMelo Ball for all those games. And I know he's not yet back, but probably they'd be a worse bet tonight if he came back because he'd throw off the chemistry a little bit, believe it or not. First game back, when you get one of your better players back, we know sometimes that can be an issue, especially when you've been playing a little bit better. And you're right, Utah was not playing well going into the break. They weren't defending. They weren't guarding anybody. And that's not a team I'm comfortable with laying almost 10. So I am on Charlotte. Small bet, but I am on Charlotte here.
All right, let's keep it going.
I should say most of my bets are small tonight. I'm high volume as usual, but lower units. This is the first day after the break, so tread lightly.
I feel you on that. We got 3 games left for today, and we'll go to Wizards and Nuggets. And this one open 15.5, sitting at 15. Totals moved up 3.5 points to 233. You have Livers out for Washington. KCP, Murray, and Strother are probable for Denver. This one is very simple for me. And I'm gonna go to Dutch here, and then I'll go to Dutch here next. But this team has been very nice to me, man. It's been one of them ugly ones who treat me real good, Dutch, real good. Whenever they on the road, they get me right, man. Get me right. 18-8, I think it is against the spread as a road dog. I can only look towards the Wizards. Do the Nuggets really care about this game? I mean, they might care to win. Do they care to win by margin? First game after the break versus a bum? I don't think so. I think you get the better effort from the Washington side. How you see it, Dutch?
Man, I don't even want to really talk about it because the more you talk about it, make me want to like this bum ass team. And I know you be cashing with them too, so I'm just gonna let y'all do it. Back with this motherfucker, man. Shit.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Wham Bam, can I get you on the dirty dog today?
And you know what? This one right here, this one is the dirtiest. This is the dirtiest, and I'm for sure riding with it. I'm riding with it. First half game, and it's only motherfucking right. because it's only right. Bro. They ended the damn break with 7-3 ATS on the road in the first half, and this team on the road. I mean, I'm sorry, this team is a lot better than that on the first half. 7-3 ATS in the first half. This team has been a lot worse in the first half on the road. 3-7, just pretty much flipped over the last 10 games in these situations for both teams. So I like this Nuggets to come out early with this team poll was +8. Let me get the +8 in the first half, bro, with the Wizards. Let me get that +15.5 is what I got for that full game for the Wizards as well. I think this is the dirtiest dog of the day for sure. And yeah, why would they give a fuck about this game, bro? Like they got Jokic don't give a damn. He really trying to get Luka to come to the damn Nuggets. Is that saying he want to get rid of Murray as well? I don't know how that works, but I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it alone. But we're gonna take the Wizards. I'm a Wizard today too, Harry. That's what I'm gonna say.
Give 2 Jamal Murray to Luka, bro. Fuck.
I like it. Babano, can you get there with this dirty dog today?
I mean, year after year in the NBA, I find these teams that they stink. They don't win a lot, but they start covering left and right because they're always getting a lot of points. Everybody disrespects them. Everyone thinks they're shit. Everyone thinks they're absolutely awful. When the reality is that they are competing well enough to hang in these games. And that's exactly what the Washington Wizards have been doing going into the break. Cleveland, a very good team. They lose by 8, cover the number. At Boston, 18-point dog, lose by 4. They were right in that game against the Celtics, lost by 4. Philadelphia, lose by 6. At Dallas, lose by 8, get the point spread cover there. At New Orleans, right before the break, I was on that. They lose by 7 as 14.5-point dogs. That's all they've been doing is they've been right there in these games. This is not exactly an utmost intensity spot for Denver out of the break. The only fear I have is Denver did lose 3 in a row before the All-Star break. Does that mean they're a little bit more focused on Washington tonight because of that? Maybe, maybe not. Washington's been good to me as well with these big dog numbers. I'm willing to take a shot that it's the maybe not. So I'm on Washington here as well.
I like it. We'll take those Wizards to the window tonight. Next game up, 521, 522, Lakers, Warriors. Warriors are now a 6-point favorite, open -3. Total is up as high as 243 from 241.5. No LeBron, Vando, Vincent, or Christian Wood. Reddish and Christie are game time, and AD is probable. No Chris Paul for Golden State. Gary Payton II, I believe, is probable here as well. So, but Bando, I'm coming right back to you here on the Lakers because nobody wants to hear Wham, nobody wants to hear me, and I don't want to hear Dutch. So, how you feel about it here, Bando? Let us know. How can we make some money?
This is a tricky game because both of these teams actually played pretty well, going into the All-Star break, especially Golden State, 8-2 straight up in ATS, going into the break. The only game they lost really in February was Atlanta on the road, where I don't think that was a very good spot for them. If I'm not mistaken, that was a back-to-back that night. And the only other loss in February was the Clippers at home, where they blew that game. They had it, and they let them off the hook, Denny Green style. And they ended up losing that game 130-125. Other than that, though, they played better basketball. Are you ready to lay 6, though? I mean, they've been dogs. They've been small favorites in a lot of these games. Now you got to lay 6 with them. But the Lakers, 6-1 going into the break, their last 7 games. The only loss was to Denver on Kobe night. The Denver ruined Kobe statue night. That's the only loss for the Lakers in their last 7 games before the break. So it's a really tricky spot. I could only look at the Lakers here simply because, look, the Lakers and Warriors, although it is a revenge spot for the Warriors, they lost that heartbreaker. The Lakers won 145-144 in overtime that Saturday night game in Golden State. It was a great, great basketball game. Golden State's going to want a little redemption from that. We'll see, but this is a tricky game. But the Lakers, to me, taking the 6 is the way I would lean. I don't love it, though.
Well,
over, if anything. Over. I could get there to the over in this game, though.
You heard it first from Babano there. He says, gotta roll with the Lakers, man, if you playing, and he likes the over. So I'll get the Dutch here. We'll see if we get some on the other side. You got something for those Warriors? That's what you like to hear tonight, Dutch?
You know what it is, bro. You know what it is. It's big business, boy. Hey, Warriors about to come out and play. Hey, believe that shit. Anything more fugazi, than LBJ. What the fuck? I don't know what it is, man. Hey, just when I think I can't like this motherfucker any more or less than I already don't like this motherfucker. Right after Kobe night, right? 824. 2/8/24. This motherfucker, man.
See that little interview on the set of TNT during the break? Everyone saw that.
I don't like that shit either, Dutch.
I'm like, man, this motherfucker, and I said it on this goddamn show. If one motherfucking guy would drop the ball, it would be LBJ. And guess what he did? And the reason why I'm talking about his little motherfucking punk ass right now is because obviously he ain't even in the play tonight. This motherfucking all-star game. Everything's cool breeze, right? What? Bronny got a game tonight? His bum ass son got a game tonight, or what? Because this motherfucker ain't even playing tonight. He played in the all-star game. God damn. Hey, man. Hey, shout out to the motherfucking king, because you one hell of a fucking fugazi motherfucker, man. You really are. You are the king of that. I mean, goddamn. I can't really talk about this shit without just being like, what the fuck is going on with LBJ, man? I can't stand this motherfucker. But at the end of the day, the Warriors, Dub Nation, come on now, man. You lose in the OT game, 145-141 last time you played the Lakers. You lost 2 straight to the Lakers. Take advantage of them right now. This is a team that will be a bet-on team in the second half. Yes, Steph Curry had a big all-star weekend, beat the girl like he goddamn better have, and then, of course, played an all-star game. Outside of that, no one really did none. I mean, Kuminga will be the best thing going now. We talked a lot about Kuminga. Look for him. I don't think the Lakers have absolutely anything for him. Clay off his best game and God knows when, okay? Clay, who anyone needed a break, bro, Klay Thompson needed a break. He got another break. They had that week break, and then he had another one. So the freshest team in the NBA is the Golden State Warriors. They literally had 2 all-star breaks. And since that one break that we talked about, unfortunately, due to the coach, they've been one of the better teams in basketball, but Bono touched on it. So they have played well without LBJ. I know AD will have a game tonight. So if you like anything with the Lake Show on it, I think you look AD way. Outside of that, it's Bay business. Look for Draymond and these boys to handle it at the house. I don't expect too much from Steph, but I expect an awful lot from the role players tonight. And Clay, let me see Clay, not clank. You know what I mean? I don't need 35, but maybe 20, 18, and just don't be clanking all over the goddamn place. I like the Warriors tonight, man. I think 6 is still very doable tonight.
All right, Dutch, liking the Warriors to get the job done. I'm coming to you here, Wham Bam. Is it just a little bit too many points here? Like, Lakers been competitive. Come on now, they're gonna lose by the 6, by the 7. What you think here, Wham?
Yeah, you know what? I think it is a revenge factor here for this Warriors team. And then my guy Babano did mention same thing I was mentioning as well. Like, dude, they've been playing pretty damn good. 6 of the last 7 games for both teams to end the damn the break. No, LeBron is some bullshit, but they do have the little acquisition that they're trying to get involved with Spencer Dinwiddie. So a lot of people are not talking about him and his production as well, what they expect him to do. Without LeBron there, I think the defense is a little bit better, though. I'm not going to lie. I would want Vandal out there for sure to really cap out this defense here. But I'm going to stick to props, bro. I think that this is a tricky spot here because the Warriors, they definitely they have been playing a lot better, and I do like that Clay coming off the bench. I don't think he's clanking today. I don't think he's gonna clank today against us at all. So if he ain't clanking, it's gonna be hard to stop this Warriors team because then you got to deal with Steph. You don't got LeBron. You're just gonna have a AD be dominant, and I think that's what he will do. As much as you say that there's no one to stop Kuminga, I don't think Kuminga won't no problems with AD down there, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It is what it is, and I think Kuminga is still one of those guys, though. So on the props, I'm not going to bet against it, but I'm going to go straight to the 80 to the moon. He gets over 28.5 points, minus 110. And then I think that if I got to go with anybody to, take LeBron, take the game a little bit ahead without LeBron being on the court, it's going to be D'Angelo Russell. We talked about him all the time. He's going to go over this 7.5 assists. He's been pretty much doing that every game without LeBron in the game. So over 7.5 assists with D'Lo as well. That's where I'm going to go with the official. And then I also forgot to mention my other prop bet in that Wizards game. We own the Wizards, so I got a little sidetracked with the spread, but I do have a prop in that game. It's one of the better props for the day, in my opinion. It's going to be Denny Avia over 15.5 points. He ended the second half averaging the most points in the last 4 games, 28.2 5 in points in that for this Wizards team. So I expect him to be a second half, sprout, or somebody that you could look in on as far as props here. So Denny Avia over 15.5 points as well for that last game.
I do like that D'Lo assist prop. I am on it. It makes 100% sense, and I agree with Ian as far as this should be an over game. Lakers on the road have been playing towards overs. Without LeBron, the pace should quicken, and I just see it being a really up-tempo, high-scoring game here between these two. As far as the side is concerned, I do not want to lay 6 points with the Warriors. I'm just the Lakers have been playing. They've been playing good basketball lately, so I think that they can keep it respectable, and that's just how I look at it. Either Lakers +6, the full game over, D'Angelo Russell over his assists. I think those are the ways you look at this game tonight. So, last one up
for the Lakers. A lot of love for the Lakers tonight. I like it. I like it.
Last one up, 523, 524. Spurs, Kings. Opened up Kings minus 11.5. They're 10.5 point favorite. Total opened up 244.5 and is down to as low as 242. For the injury report, let me refresh here. Sabonis was on here. He's still on there. Game time decision. They'll be without Sasha Vesenkov. And for the Spurs, Morris is out. So I'm coming to you here, Dutch. You know this is your favorite team, but absolutely fucking not. I will not be laying double digits with the Kings. No way. So because of that, I could only look towards the Spurs. How do you feel about it?
Damn, it's like one of them days. It's a nasty ass Thursday. It's like you want with the Charlotte Hornets, the Washington Wizards, the San Antonio. What we gonna call this? Let's put a little part called the fucking let's call it a little dirty, the down and bottom dirty fucking parlay of the day, huh? We put all these little bras together and call it a little three piece, huh?
Like, yeah.
We can turn a hundo into 6. God damn it! Okay,
Yeah.
put the on the track, run it back. But I don't know. That's the only thing I can really think of because now I'm like, wow, you're gonna make me. Now you're gonna make me want to. The Spurs are gonna sound appealing. So far, the Wizards. I mean, I'm not really with you on them Hornets, but I can see where you're at. But I know the Wizards do sound appealing, and now somehow y'all gonna make the Spurs sound appealing. But I'm not betting this basketball game.
Hey.
So go ahead, y'all do your thing and tell me how San Antonio's got all the value.
Hey, listen, I'll start it off right here. The future is here, y'all. The future is here. He's here, bro. You try to fight it as much as you want. Try to fight it as much as you want. Victor Wembanyama, man. I'm taking the Victor points, bro. Victor points over 23.5 points. Give me the Victor Wembanyama, man. The future is here.
Babano, can you get there with the Spurs?
The only thing I might look at in this game, especially if Sabonis doesn't play, although he's looking more probable to play because he was in shoot around this morning, so I think he's going to play, but I'd still lean with Wembanyama over points and rebounds. I think he's going to be able to grab a few of those as well. But as far as a side goes, you want to lay it with doubles with Sacramento? No. You want to take a San Antonio team on the road that majority of their losses have been by double digits? No. Easy pass.
All right. Nothing wrong with that. So it took quite a while with all these games. First day back out the break, but we made it through the entire NBA slate. And it is about that time. Yeah, no look ahead today. There's a lot of work on that big card today. Best bet time. And per usual, I'm gonna go to my guy Wham Bam first. I have a feeling it's a prop. Let the people know what's the best way to get paid, Wham Bam.
Man, I actually got a lot that I like. I like that Wemby too. Damn, I actually like a lot, and I bet pretty much everything the same. Like my guy Babano said, we small unit size, high volume today. I'm gonna go to D-Lo, man. D-Lo, shout out to my guy Dream. I'm gonna give my boy Dream a shout out. He definitely put this in our group chat. I like this play a lot, man. We're gonna go D'Angelo Russell over 7.5 assists. Without LeBron, he pretty much walk over here and do this easy work. So let's do that. D'Angelo Russell over 7.5 assists.
I like it. Sliding over to Babano here. I think Babano is going with a total, but we shall see. How do you think is the best way to get paid?
Yeah, they've been going well. Skee, the totals for me here on the show. So we'll see if we can wrap up another totals winner here tonight on the board. And I'm going to take it to Phoenix and Dallas. Both teams, I think, show up offensively in this game. Let's go with the Suns and Mavs over 244.5 for my best bet.
All right, good stuff. And I will go next for my best bet. So many good options. So many dirty dogs. Which one do I want to get there with for the best bet for the show? I'll go with the dirtiest. My guy Wham Bam said it. We're going with the Wizards plus 15. Certain teams just have roles, man. This is the Wizards' role. They get to the window as road dogs, and Denver don't give a damn about this game. Washington plus 15. Take it to the window. And last but not least, we'll slide it over to our guy Dutch. What's the freshest look of the day? And take us home.
Yeah, man. Freshest look of the day. We're going to Bourbon Street, man. We drinking and we eating damn good in New Orleans. Believe it. And we get in and out. First half -4. A little juice is good money. Believe that. Let's go, though. We appreciate everyone in the chat showing love, vibing out with us right here on Skee the Profits channel. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.